Philadelphia, according to my experience, is a pleasant mix of history and modernity. Philadelphia, stando a quella che è stata la mia breve esperienza, è una miscela piacevole di storia e modernità. This is something that I'm getting out of my own notes in my own journal, written down those very days. Quindi questo è un qualcosa che sto estrapolando dalla rilettura degli appunti annotati, diciamo, nel mio diario proprio in quei giorni. Ho proprio scritto che Philadelphia è una miscela piacevole di storia e modernità, che sprigiona una sensazione familiare di un paesino con carattere, unita alla frenesia ed alla forza di una metropoli, almeno in centro, no? Quella parte di città che abbiamo esplorato noi. So these are the very words that I wrote down, although I wrote them in Italian, so I have to translate them, and bear with me for a second. Philly is a pleasant mix of history and modernity, which sends out sensation of familiarity, like a little town, at least the area where we were in, united, mixed with frenetic and powerful metropoly. And this, at least, is the experience that we had in the part of the city, as I was saying, that we were staying in and that we explored. Continuing on from where we left in vlog entry 87, at the top of the art museum, what you're seeing now is the back of it. Continuando da dove ci siamo lasciati nella vlog entry 87, ovvero in cima al Museo delle Arti, e quello che vedete è proprio il retro del Museo delle Arti, imbarchiamoci in questa passeggiata fatta verso il centro. Let's walk back toward the city center.
Joan of Arc endures today as a symbol of France, as a symbol of the French people, of French independence. This sculpture gives us the image of her at her greatest power. I'm Suzanne Lindsay, a professor of art history at the University of Pennsylvania here in Philadelphia.
Just look up at that.
If you're standing right underneath, it's very hard to see his face.
But that is Washington.
The sculptor of this piece was a gentleman named Rudolf Siemering. He was a German artist. It's really about the man, his time, and his country. Even though Siemering claimed he wanted to depict the real American people, he ennobled them. They're the best looking people. They're beautiful examples of America. Then you move out and you get to walk around these wonderful beasts. Moose, pronghorned elk,
Buffalo,
the bear,
the alligator.
All of the animals that are depicted are native to America.
The figures near those animals, they represent the rivers.
Imagine if someone took away our roads. That's what rivers were. So we've gone from the man to his times to his country. We want to see our leader, George Washington, as this man who doesn't want anything other than to preserve and protect his country. We want to see Native Americans and European Americans on an equal footing, living in harmony with the animals. It's a hope for what America should be.
walking down the parkway is like walking through an outdoor museum of American sculpture.
Yes, I'm glad she said that, because as I told my wife the morning of that day when I went out for my first Rocky run, which you can see in vlog entry 85, I felt like I was running through a open ceiling museum. It was beautiful. I've been living in the US for the past decade in Florida, and it's nothing like Philadelphia. Seriously, it was a breath of fresh air, something that my wife and I, coming from Europe, really missed. Assolutamente, sono contento che sia stato menzionato perché, come ho detto a mia moglie quel giorno dopo la corsa mattutina, che potete rinvenire nella vlog entry numero 85, ho detto è stato come correre in un museo a cielo aperto, ed è un qualcosa che, vivendo negli Stati Uniti da oltre un decennio in Florida, ci è mancato tantissimo, perché dove viviamo noi, nella zona di Tampa, non è assolutamente paragonabile alla realtà che abbiamo esplorato, vissuto e apprezzato a Philadelphia.
My name is David Brownlee. I'm a professor of the history of art at the University of Pennsylvania. I'm the author of Building the City Beautiful, which is a history of the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. I think the Parkway has been a different thing in almost every generation of its life. However, at its heart is a simple, strong, unforgettable idea. That idea of connecting the center of a great and crowded city to an enormous, expansive natural playground.
The Parkway, I think, got a real boost from an idea that was developing around the country called the City Beautiful movement. It's a point of view that was promoted in Paris, France. The Benjamin Franklin Parkway, as we know it, was greatly influenced by the ideas behind the Champs-Élysées in Paris. And the landscape architect for the Parkway was French himself.
Europeans, we left a mark, indeed, not because we are better than anybody else, there is no better or worse, simply because we had more experience, more history. And I will have the possibility to talk more about the influence of the immigration in one of the future vlogs that I'm going to be creating around the experience of the exploration of Ellis Island in New York. Dicevo, gli europei abbiamo decisamente lasciato il segno, non perché siamo migliori, non c'è migliori o peggiori, ma semplicemente perché abbiamo più esperienza, abbiamo più storia. E dell'influenza degli immigrati avrò modo di parlare più a fondo in una delle vlog entries future in cui tratterò l'esperienza vissuta nell'esplorare Ellis Island a New York. Continuing on with the exploration of Philadelphia, at the end of the Benjamin Franklin Parkway is the Cathedral of Philadelphia, which is called the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul. Dicevo che alla fine, continuando con l'esplorazione di Philadelphia, alla fine di questa Benjamin Franklin Parkway è situata la cattedrale della città, che è la Basilica dei Santi Pietro e Paolo.
Hello. I am Father Dennis Gill, the rector and pastor of the Cathedral Parish here in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. Welcome to the Cathedral Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, located here in Center City, Philadelphia, on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. This is the mother church of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Philadelphia. It is also the largest Catholic church in all of Pennsylvania. Thousands come to visit us each year from all over the world. This magnificent building was completed in 1864 in the Roman Corinthian style. It features stunning architecture with rising arches, elaborate columns, and antique marble, reminiscent of the great Roman churches. The Great Dome is a recognizable sign of this religious landmark among the many museums and statues on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. The Cathedral Basilica is open every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tours are also available.
And so after feeding the soul, we went to feed our bodies, making our next stop the Reading Terminal Market. E così, dopo aver nutrito l'anima, diciamo, l'abbiamo nutrito il corpo, facendo del iconico Reading Terminal Market la nostra prossima fermata. The Reading Terminal Market is the oldest public market in the United States. Quindi questo posto, questo mercato al coperto, è il mercato pubblico più antico negli Stati Uniti. Here you can find anything and everything that you can think of. Qui puoi trovare qualunque cosa e tutto quel che puoi immaginare. But thanks to Nick, we had other plans for dinner. Ma grazie alla presenza di Nick avevamo altri programmi per cena. We had a reservation at the Victor Café. Avevamo una riservazione al Victor Café, il caffè di Victor, which you might know as the Adrian's Restaurant in Rocky's movie, che potreste conoscere come il ristorante di Adriana nel film di Rocky. But this will be the subject of the next vlog entry. Ma questo sarà uno dei soggetti della prossima vlog entry.
This video has been brought to you
By us at
Real Estate Helpful Solutions.
We Buy Houses, helping people.
To find out more about how we can be of help, text or call us at 727-366-6916 or send us an email at the email address you see in the photo.